a walk on the woo-woo side with me. My name is Michelle Douglas and I am on a mission to help you to step into your power so that you can create the life you desire. Visit me at empoweredlifeprograms.com to learn more. Hello, it's Michelle here, and it's Tantalizing Tuesday where we do Q&A. So today's question is, I'm feeling burnt out on bad dates. Like, how do I get through that? How do I step out of that? Okay, so the first thing to do, obviously, is to recognize the signs of dating burnout. So you might be feeling jaded, cynical, or just hopeless about finding love. You might be losing motivation to go on dates, or even just putting yourself out there. You just want to lock yourself away for a bit. Or, you might be settling for connections that don't truly fulfill you. So this is this whole settling thing again, like from yesterday's episode. And when you experience this dating fatigue, you're kind of giving up on that process. You're just like, meh. So what's the cause of dating burnout? More often than not, it can be because you've just been single for so long, you're just done with it. You might be dealing with some limiting patterns or beliefs from earlier in your life, or even from past lives that are running the show and causing you to pull back from something that might not actually be burning you out as such, but that's how you're feeling, because maybe you're doing something that's out of alignment with who you are, which in turn depletes you energetically. There could be some karmic influences through the Akashic records as well, that when you work with me, we identify what they are and how to step out of those. There could be misaligned thoughts, emotions, actions, vibrations, and all that going on as well, which is never a good thing. So how do you step out of that, and how do you get that energy back? Like, how do you reignite your love life when you're feeling this dating burnout? First thing to do is you first, self-love, self-care, raise your vibration. So basically what I'm saying is that it's like when you're on a plane, they talk about the oxygen mask coming down. You've got to put it on first before you can help someone else. Well, in this situation, it's about getting yourself into a really, really good place emotionally, mentally, vibrationally, and so on, because the more full you are of the good stuff, the more you're going to attract things, situations, and people, potentially men, that match that vibration. If you're in a wounded place, you will likely attract someone who wants to either rescue you or is at your level with you. And when you are in a more powerful place, you're going to attract better quality men into your life, because it's the law. So yeah, self-care, self-love, and there's a number of things you can do, even just as like go get a manicure, a pedicure, a massage, go for a walk, just take time out, just go, that's it, I'm taking time out for me, and I'm going to do me stuff for a little while. Or it could just be something like catching up with a girlfriend for a coffee, things like that. Another thing you can do is connect to your intuition and inner guidance. And again, that's something else that I work through in my Align with Love program as well, because we've really got to start trusting our intuition. But before we can start trusting it, we've actually got to know when it's speaking to us. So once you learn how to connect with your intuition and inner guidance, you can start asking for the help you need, and you'll start to get the answers that you need as well. Another thing to do to get you into that really nice, warm and fuzzy place is to visualize yourself and embody how it would feel to have it already done. He's already in your life. You're 6 months down the track. You know what I mentioned last time? Visualize yourself in a scene. Visualize it from within your body as opposed to watching a movie of it, of this happening, of you being with the man, feeling content and happy and all of those juicy feelings. And another practice to get into is gratitude as well. So become more grateful for what you have, not necessarily focusing on what you don't have. Okay. Clearing energetic obstacles. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this. Obviously, working with me, that's the fast track, but there are things you can do yourself that don't require my help. And even just doing a declutter at home. Like clear out, choose one room in your house, or if that's too scary, one corner of a room to clean out one on the weekend. So set aside a time on the weekend to do a declutter of physical stuff. And what that does is create a shift energetically. It's amazing what can happen when you do something like a declutter. Trust me, go do it, go do it. What else is there? You can write down some affirmations, but to be honest, I'm not a big affirmation person. I don't think they're a bad thing. They just don't necessarily work for me. But I do recommend writing down your desire on a card or on a piece of paper, somewhere where you'll see it every single day, as often as possible throughout the day, and read it to yourself every day and visualize it being done. There's other things you can do as well about like mindfulness practices to stay, high vibe. Take time out, have a nap. If you are really that burnt out, have a nap. Or as I used to do when I used to get burnt out during my dating time of life, was go on a mancation. So that's where you just go, you know what? I'm going to take a week off. I am not going to talk to anyone. I'm not going to date anyone. I'm taking time out for me. And what always happened was that something would happen and next minute I'm on a date again. But taking even just a couple of days out is always a really good thing for your energetic depletion. Like to prevent the depletion is just take that time out for you and just make the decision to go, right, I'm not going to date anyone. And you don't have to date anyone at all if you don't want to, but force yourself to take some time out, if not a whole week, even a couple of days, and just see how it goes. And when you do that, you are creating some form of energetic shift, and you will see feedback in your physical experience that will relay to you whether you've made a decision that's working for you or against you. And what's your thought patterns? If you catch yourself thinking something negative, stop yourself straight away and replace it with something positive. Easier said than done, because when you're in that loop of repetitive negative talk, it's very, 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 very hard to stop it. So, but if you can stop it, replace it with something positive, and you're in a much better place. So I'll leave you with that. And if you are interested in looking at the Align with Love program, it's at empoweredlifeprograms.com/love. And in there, you'll find we have a 12-week program running at the moment. So we meet every 2 weeks, 1-to-1. It's just you and me. You'll receive your soul blueprint, so you get an understanding of how you are wired. You'll receive your manifesting blueprint, which will show you exactly how you manifest, how you should be going about manifesting, which none of us know about until we actually start this process of going through this blueprint. And it's quite amazing. When I first had mine done, I realized there were some areas I was way out of alignment. My actions, because they're unconscious actions, I didn't know any better, right? Because I'm not one of those people who was seeing ghosts at 3 years old and talking to my spirit guides at 10. None of that. I'm a late bloomer. So I have been basically running blind most of my life until I learned about this stuff. So don't beat yourself up if you're doing things that aren't serving you because you didn't know any better, okay? So yeah, so you get your manifesting blueprint, which is an amazing tool that can be used whenever you want to manifest something in the future. On our calls as well. So we work through action plans and try to get you out of the old negative patterns that are perpetuating your current love life situation, to get you out of that. And then what we also do is look at whether your actions are moving you toward what you want or away from you want. And this is all stuff that I get from the records as well. There's a whole lot of stuff, as well as your interactions with specific people or groups or things like that, and whether they are serving you or not as where your love life is concerned. So really fascinating stuff, because sometimes it could be something you're doing in relation to your health that's impacting on your love life. And how would you know if you couldn't look at the records, right? It's amazing. Anyway, I'll leave you with that, and we'll see you tomorrow.